Hello, everyone. Welcome to Living in America. My name is Angie Snowball Thompson, and I created Living in America in 2010 for a very personal reason, which is what I wanted to share with you today. I moved to Belgium when I was in my early 20s, and I got selected partially because I spoke French. Unfortunately, as soon as I landed and got off that plane, I realized that I don't speak French at all. Everyone was going so quickly, and there was no chance that I was going to be able to communicate with them. And I couldn't find a very good teacher to help me learn how to have conversation, to be in a meeting. I had lots of teachers that wanted to go back through the grammar. I already know that. I need the practice of talking and listening and forming sentences. And years later, I moved to Germany. I didn't speak a word of German. And I'll never forget standing outside my little German class in the rain, which it often does in Germany in November, and thinking, okay, I can tell this bus driver my name and that my shirt is blue, but I can't buy a bus ticket. How useless are these German lessons? And so many, many years later, I had the opportunity to leave my corporate job. I had been worked for Procter & Gamble and worked for Ford for a while. And I had the chance to leave. And I said, we're living in this area. There's going to be lots of expatriates coming to the United States. And I want to help them. I don't want anyone to have that same feeling that I had of being trapped inside yourself. I would sit in Germany, think I'm not stupid. I'm kind of fun. I'm really fun. And I can't talk. And I'm not fun. I can't talk. And I didn't want anybody to be stuck like that. I didn't want anyone to start their time here in America with that same feeling that I had when I went to Belgium or when I went to Germany. So I went back to school. I got my master's degree in literature in English and literature and linguistics, and took some adult education classes. I got certified to teach English as a second language, and I wrote my own textbook. And I did that because I feel like when you're learning English, many traditional schools and teachers put too much pressure on too much grammar to be perfect. I do not teach to test. I teach to talk. So if you want to pass the TOEFL test, I am not the right teacher for you. I have many, many, many great teachers in my network that do that, but I will not do that. I am here to teach you to talk. I'm here to teach you to talk without thinking. I'm here to teach you to know the feeling of the words, not just the meaning of the words, which is why I go by communication coach. Are you an English teacher? Yes, but I also teach people who speak English, because sometimes it's more about how you say something than what you say. So English lessons with me are very different. And honestly, I do work with a lot of Americans on communication. I work with the culture of managers speaking to employees. I work with having difficult conversations, negotiations, times where you have to go through employee personal development forums and tell them they're not doing a great job. What are we going to do to get better? And find the right way to say that. So I know many of my students have told me, oh, you're not my English teacher. You're more of my counselor. And I think, well, your English is perfect. You really don't need me anymore. And they said, yeah, but what would I do? I'd have to get a therapist because we like to talk. That's what English is all about, is trying to tell people who you are. And especially in business, when you're in marketing, it's really important to tell people who you are, because if you can't tell them, how are they ever going to choose you to do your services, right? You might be able to help a lot of people and solve a lot of problems, but you're not going to be solving them if you can't tell them who you are and what you do. So that's just part of what I do here at Living in America and why I do it. I love working with people from different countries and helping them get assimilated. When my company first started, we would go to the gas station with you and show you how to pump gas. We would go to the grocery store, and we would go to the Social Security office. We would go to schools. I would go through houses. We would call repairmen and do all these very practical things. On the business side, I would sit in board meetings. I would help people write emails. We would look at presentations, and I still do a lot of that. So now that things are online, some of the other services I offer are editing your blogs, looking at your website. Did Google translate it? Because Google's not always as awesome as we think it is, especially when it comes to translating. So, yes, I'll know meaning of what you're trying to say, but do I have the right feeling? Is it boring? Is it exciting? Are you talking to the right people? Is it too formal? Is it too casual? Those are things that I can help you with. So, I do editing of blogs, I do write some blogs. I still teach English. I do have a business master English class that I run several times a year. It's only 4 weeks. It's an hour and a half each week. And we really focus on business communication in that course. I also help people communicate on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is very organic. I do not do other social media sources. I'm not a social media company, although I have a really, really wonderful one of those too. Not just one, many, but I love the one in South Africa. Donna Herschel's amazing. But these are things that I can help you with on LinkedIn because LinkedIn's all about you and telling your story and creating a portfolio of how you do things, why you do things, so that when people check you out there or get to know you from there, they know that you're going to be the right fit to solving their problem. So if you know anyone that's struggling with communication, whether it is in a foreign language, in their own language, in English, I would love to speak with them. We also customize lots of different groups and classes and courses and anything that people really need. I feel like customization is really important because, one customized session may cost you $150, but 10 classes that have a whole bunch of stuff you don't need cost you a lot more than that because it's your time, it's your energy, and we don't need that. I'm very much, let's find out what you need, get what you need, and get it done. I'm not someone who wants to drag you around forever. I love hanging out with people when we're done. I love making friends doing this, but I don't want you to be taking English lessons forever. If you're doing that, I'm failing. Same with communication. If you're not learning how to do it on your own, then I'm doing something wrong. And I really don't want that for you or for me. But thank you guys for tuning in and listening to what I had to say. And I hope that will be able to help you.